Oh, it should be working now. Oh, let's go. Ooh. Can't see it. Yay! Let's get to work. Alright. That. There you go. Now it should be working. Now we should be happy. We should be functioning. Yeah, it's working now. Yep. How you doing, buddy? I have no idea what I'm doing here, but I just wanted to give this a try. If the audio is messed up, please tell me, or if something's messed up, please tell me, because I have no idea. How do I start speaking German now? I'm doing very well. I haven't really got much of a plan for this entire stream here, so essentially what I wanted to do, I've already made the engines for it. I just wanted to make a realistic car. Something along the lines of, if anybody knows what it is, the sort of Opel Corsa, Peugeot 306 kind of thing. I have no idea how I'm going to achieve that. That's why I'm streaming. Well, also because I want to give this a try. I reckon it'll work out quite fine. I'm just trying to find the body right now. You know what we'll do is we'll do a bit of this. Oh, we've got very far back. Right, back up we go. Right, which body looks the most usable in the context of a Peugeot 206? 206? That's very old. Peugeot 308. I'm taking German. Oh, amazing! Well, I can tell you now that you've done that correctly, Diego. You said that correctly. I'm very impressed. That worked out. That's very accurate. Yeah. Still trying to find. I think one of these ones might not be too bad. One of these ones, like 2.5 meter ones. These ones have quite a high front on them, which I'm not a fan of, but these ones could work. Let's have a look at this one. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a huge fan of this. I don't know if we can change that. It's... Yeah, I should have probably thought this out a little bit more before I started the stream, so I do apologize, but... yeah. Might end up being one of these ones, but these ones do look quite old-fashioned, and they are quite long. I'm looking for something around 2.5 meters long. Actually, I could just do this, can't I? Ooh, laggy, laggy, lag. You can lower the front of it. That could be an idea, actually. You know, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. Which one? Which one's the 5-door one? There you go. I mean, it looks a bit like a Kia sort of EV6 from the back, but it could work. I'll have a look if I can get it down on the front. Yeah, that'll probably be the idea. Let's go something like, I don't know, corrosion resistant steel is probably the most accurate one. Yeah. Let's do... Which one do we want? We want compactness. Let's go with the torsion beam on the back. I set a body. Oh, that's old. I don't think it'll handle the power very well. So, annoyingly, I'll show you the engines quickly. I've made basically rip-off EB2 engines, which is the engines that the PSA platform uses. Sort of on my own little thing, it's got different bore and stroke ratios, but they have similar power outputs and stuff, so... Like I said, I just wanted to make something that's similar to the Peugeot, and you know what? This could work. This could work. Let's see if we can do something here. I'm not a huge fan of this lip on the back. How does this work? What is this line? That's not great. Yeah, it's been a long time. It has been a very long time. Life sort of took over. I didn't expect it to take over quite as much as it did. And yeah, thought I'd give this a try, the whole streaming thing. I will get back to videos eventually, but yeah, maybe because in a couple months I'm moving back to England, so I will be a lot more free than I am now, hopefully. At least that's the plan. Yeah. This has got a lot of movement points. I could definitely do something with this. I'm still not a fan of this spoiler, but I could make it work. I'm just trying to think about how I would do the taillight placement, because I like to follow the body lines. So, hold on, let's get out of this. So here you have that sort of mini spoiler thing. So realistically, the taillights would have to be somewhere here if we want it to look good. But then it would look very tall from the back. Badini, hello, how you doing? it's been a while, yes. That's going to be said a lot this stream, I can imagine. Yeah. It looks very weird for some reason. I think it might be this. Can I do something here? Oh, I can do something here. Let's have a little... Is this going... Oh, I probably need to pull this back a little bit, then it'll look a bit more... Because the front's now very low in comparison, it looks very weird and very short as well. You know what, I'll get to doing the rest of that later. I'm just going to do a bit of the engineering bits and bobs. So, I have the 130 horsepower variant, which means I need an 8-speed automatic gearbox, if I remember correctly. Then, I don't know what the top speed will be yet. I know it'll have an open diff, and it's just going to be a very... yeah, it's going to be a very normal car. I think 17 inches is fine for this size. We'll make them alloys. Yeah, take care, buddy. See you soon. Yeah. So, vented discs on the front, solid discs on the back. So basically, we're doing the simple engineering bits now. Just a normal under tray. Let's go with a standard interior with standard infotainment, electric power steering, electronic stability control, and just the normal stuff. How are we looking? How are we looking? We've got very high drivability, which is exactly what we're after. So, yeah. Let's mess around with the suspension a little bit. First, let's have a look at how the brakes. So they could definitely be a bit bigger to avoid the... what's it called? Fading. Let's make them about 280. Bring them down a little bit. The rears could do with a little bit as well. There you go. Let's make them a bit bigger, actually. And then, you know what? Because this is supposed to be a comfort and drivable car, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this down a little bit. It'll also save us a lot of money. And for those of you who want to try and make a car that saves a lot, where you don't want to spend a lot of money on, hey Amir, yeah, this pad type thing saves you a lot of costs in the material cost section. So bringing that down, don't bring it down too far, but bringing that down can save you $200-300 in material costs, which I find very, very helpful when I'm trying to work on a budget. So let's bring all of this down a bit. Very good thing is we have no fading, which is exactly what we're after here. And that's gone very low. Yeah. Let's do something like this. This will be fine. How are we looking in terms of fitment? So we could bring them out a little bit. Okay, that's as far out as they want to come. Yeah. It looks very wonky. I'm not sure about this body just yet. I kind of wanted something a little bit smaller as well. But we can do all of this right now and then just tweak it a little bit if we decide to change the body. So let's actually have a look what other bodies are available. Because although it's not a bad body by itself, I think we could definitely do with a different one. What are these ones like? They look a bit like Nissan Leafs. But it's not bad. I could go with the Suzuki Swift knockoff. That's also a shout. Or I could try this body. How's this one? Ooh! It is very late 2000s. It is, yeah. I'm not too sure about this notch, but let's have a look if we can tweak that. Like I said, I probably should have spent time. I should have probably spent time. Why can't I change anything? Yeah, I should have spent time thinking what I was going to do. But here we are, figuring this out together. Yeah. I think I might end up going with a Swift knockoff, with a knockoff Swift body. That might end up being the play here. I mean, these ones aren't bad, I've used them before, but they don't really suit what I'm after. So, you know what, I know how to work with this body. I've used it a couple times before, I do like it a lot. Yeah, this'll work, I think. I hope. So, let's have a look at how our car is doing now. So, we have lost a lot of cornerability for some reason. Our tyres gone thinner. They have, alright. So we're going to go back to 205s, which is sort of a standard size. We want to do 205, 55, R16, R17? R16, let's do 255, 205 55s, which is a sort of a standard size in the real world, because it looks the most realistic, I guess. I don't know why they do. I think it's got to do with the fact that the tires have enough to compress, but it doesn't look out of place. How are we looking now? Very good. We've got a high amount of drivability, and our fuel economy is looking alright as well. Speaking of which, what's our top speed looking like? We've still got plenty of top speed. We still got plenty of top speed to go. 255 seems like a decent place to be. Let's lower the first gear a little bit so we can get a bit more of a drive. There you go, drivability has increased. It has a lot of gears, but sort of how it's accurate to the real Corsa and Peugeot, so yeah. Let's have a look here then, how the brakes looking. We could do a tiny, ooh, the fronts are fading a bit on the utility, so we could do with a tiny bit bigger brakes. If we were to go with the smaller 15-inch wheels, let's have a look. So 300 would be the maximum here. Let's go with 295, go back up to 16 inches and hope that there's no fading, which there isn't. Beautiful. Hello Redbird, how are you doing? Yeah. This is working out quite well so far. I'm happy. Suspension, I can actually tune that now. We need to do a bit less on the sway bars as we want around 6.5-7 degrees of roll angle for comfort. Speaking of which, we are actually not doing too bad on the comfort level. So yeah, this can go down very far apparently. How much can it carry? 710 kilos, that's alright. How are we looking in terms of ride height? You know what, where we were wasn't too bad. I mean, the rear does look very low and we can change that, but yeah, this is alright for the time being. Let's have a look here then. So, let's lower this a bit more. Yeah, my day was not too bad, thank you. It's a Sunday, it means it's all of a bit of a relaxing day for me, so it worked out quite well. I've decided to just start up a stream because why not? And figure things out as we go along. I have never done this before. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going based off what I want to make, basically, and try and make it somewhat entertaining for you people. If there is an issue with my audio or my video or anything, please tell me. I literally just set this up based on some YouTube videos telling me roughly how I should do it, and I did some testing and stuff, but there's always ways I can improve, so please do keep me updated. Yeah, so dampers can come down, and yeah, so far we are looking alright. What's the issue? Front dampers are hard. Let's lower them a bit. The rear tires are wide and the engine's retarding ignition. Hello Ducat, how are you doing? There's a lot of people here that I recognize, which is very nice. So yeah, let's improve this a bit. Yeah. So basically right now I'm just fiddling with the suspension. It's the most boring thing in the world, but it means that once I'm done with this, we can immediately go into designing this. I have lost the ability to talk. I'm gonna quickly go grab a drink, which is right behind me. Let's see if I can do it efficiently. I am now back. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm sort of enjoying life at the moment, even though it has gotten very busy with everything. But thought, screw it. Let's try this out. Let's see if I can do streaming. Let's see if that's a possibility for me. Because I have tried making videos, and it's become increasingly difficult to make videos which I'm happy with. So, right now I am building a sort of a competitor to the... Oh, the comment is gone, but I'm going to answer it anyway. I'm going to make sort of a competitor to a Peugeot 208, sort of Vauxhall Opel Corsa kind of thing. Yeah, just trying to make something realistic, because that's sort of what I do in real life. I work on normal cars, so I know what they're like, I know what they look like, how they're supposed to feel, how they're supposed to handle, so that's sort of something that I feel I'm good at. I can make supercars, I'm just no good at it, because I end up making cars that look very generic, and spend about 50 hours making them. Yeah. Unfortunately, the main reason why I'm doing this is because I may have accidentally lost my entire, what you call it, sounds like a problem, I think. Oh yeah. Yeah, so the main reason why I'm doing this is because I may have accidentally lost everything that I've made in this game, which is very bad. Oh, that's good. Alright. So basically, what happened was, I bought myself a new Xbox controller, an Xbox Elite controller for 200 euros. It's a very expensive thing. And it wouldn't connect over cable to my PC, which is how I usually play, because it's a latency thing and stuff like that, and I don't need to charge the batteries that way and everything, so it wasn't connecting. So I did 20 hours, at least 20 hours of trying to troubleshoot, and eventually a friend recommended that I just do a whole fresh Windows install, and I'd already moved the automation game from one drive to another, so I assumed that there was cloud saving. Turns out there isn't. And I deleted everything, and it's all gone now forever. And I had some really, really nice cars that I'm really sad that I lost, but yeah, this is sort of my first foray into trying to get back into that. Yeah, so let's lower this a little bit. How is the 2.3 looking? Including the Swedish car brand. Yes, I lost Velour as well. Unfortunately, I'm very sad about that. And I also made a new brand called Halite, and I'd recorded about 6-7 videos on it. And I was waiting until I was confident that I could record more videos to start uploading them. And yeah, yes, I've seen. I was so annoyed once I saw that they'd actually added it now. I was like, it was just such bad timing from my end. But, yeah. Now I can delete the game as I wish and come back to it how I wish. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm just going to spend some time remaking cars, making new ones, using some tricks that I've learned over the years, and yeah. I'm gonna do it all by streaming, hopefully, because it means that, one, maybe I can show you guys some tips and tricks that you may not know, but also, you guys can tell me tips and tricks, because there's always new stuff to learn in this game. Yeah, fresh start can be useful, that's true. My engines were very cluttered. I had a bunch of engines that I liked, and I didn't know which ones were which, and I just sort of... Yeah, it wasn't great. But managed to make it... Well, I'm sort of forced to start over now, but yeah. Ooh, I've clicked the wrong thing. There you go, so these are now all in the line. As you can see here, with the suspension testing, they are following a perfect parabolic curve. I think that's the word for it. Which means you get maximum comfort, decent amount of drivability, and To try and aid with tire wear and stuff and drivability, I'm going to lower the camber a bit. That works. And realistically, you want on the front wheel drive car on the front, toe out. So I don't know which one's toe out. I'm assuming positive is toe out, so I'm going to do a tiny bit of toe out. See where that lands us. Why have I not uploaded in a long time? So I finished my apprenticeship as a mechanic, and since I've finished that apprenticeship, oh, good night, Ducat. It's 4 AM here. You should probably go to bed. All right, thank you for the good luck. I will probably need it. Yeah, the reason why I haven't uploaded is because life got very, very tricky very quickly. I had to start repairing cars properly as a trade mechanic, like doing everything that I could. I would come home exhausted, spend the weekends learning about different tricks and that kind of stuff, and trying to find some time to relax and whatnot, and I just had no time left to do this. It was, yeah, not easy, but yeah, I'm back now. Well, for the time being. Well, I'm gonna try and be here as much as possible now. I feel like streaming will be a lot easier because I don't have to edit the videos after I'm done. And can this please just hit 100% drivability? There you go. For some reason that's lowered that. Alright, let's make it higher. I forgot what I was talking about, but yeah, I'm back now. I'm happy about that. It's working out so far. I'm losing the ability to talk as I speak, but we move. We move. Right, can this please now? There you go. 74 drivability, 26.8 comfort, massively tuned suspension. I think this is gonna work. But yeah, how's the rest of this looking? So the car's not massively overweight. That's alright. So it's got a good design reliability. It's got quite a high approximate cost though. Oh, people are loving this car. But there you go. Let's go with that. Just for fun, let's have a look at City. If we target City. Oh, they're happy to spend money. Oh, they're not happy to spend money. City budget, and there you go. That works. I'm happy with that. Alright, let's actually get into designing this thing. So, yeah. Oh, wait. I was a bit of a numbnut, wasn't I? No. Oh, man. I always forget this. I always forget that. I always tune the suspension, and then I come back and be like, oh, wait, hold on. But you know what? It's changed nothing. I'm not going to touch anything anymore. Let's see if we can actually make a design. So, this car's supposed to be 2018. This body's a bit old for that, I am very aware, but let's see what I can make. So, let's start off with a proper color. What color should I choose? What color should this car be? I always end up making some weird color like this, which I think looks good, but I don't know, because me and my colors, we aren't best friends. I'm not very good at colors. Yeah. How's the blue look? Something like this. That is a Swift. You're very correct, but blue. Okay, there you go. We've actually guessed the correct color. Yeah, this is currently a Swift. There aren't very many bodies that work for what I want to make. And plus, I know how to work with this body. I've made 3 or 4 different cars using this body, so it makes life a little bit easier for me. You know what? Let's add a tiny bit of pearl. So we want this light bit to be dark, I think. So we do this. We make this about that. Something. Right. Then we Change this color. This is green? Or was that comment? This is bad. I'm not good with colors. I thought this was blue. I mean, I'm changing it about now, but yeah. How does this look? Make it a bit stronger of a color, maybe? That's blue, yeah, that's blue. Alright, I thought so. I got very scared for a minute then. That's a very deep blue. Hello, Benjamin. How are you doing? Purplish blue. I mean, that works. This has gotten. This is. I do quite like this actually. I struggle with colors, but this for some reason looks alright to me. Let's maybe lower this a little bit, make it a bit darker. Oh, what do you think about this color, guys? What are we saying about this? I was gonna go with the lighter blue, but I feel like this looks really good as well. Sweet. Alright. Hello, Toyo R? Toyo R. Lovely to have you here. Welcome to my first ever stream. I think it's going alright so far. I have no idea. People are commenting, people are watching, so I'm happy. I'm happy about that. Keep. Perfect. Alright, that works. Let's have a look at rims, because... Actually, I should probably do this first. I just jump between things as I go. It's very bad sometimes. Let's make a sort of piano black kind of color. There you go. Sort of a shiny black. This as well. Actually, this could... I was gonna say, this could be plastic. So it suits all these window frames and gives it, but you know what? I think this works just the way it is there. Let's go here, do black here. I think that needs a bit of a... this needs a bit of flake. But then it doesn't look as black anymore. V6? No, in fact, 1.2 inline 3. I don't know why I have a fascination with making tiny engines, but I do. So, actually, you know what, I'll show everybody the engines I've made. So, we have this top of the range one, which is 155 horsepower. This is reserved probably for the hot hatch variant of this car, so this is going to be like the RS version of this car. I've got a 130 horsepower version, which has 130 horsepower, but this is for the premium version of this car. The 105 horsepower one is made for the standard version of this car, and then we have an economy version for the cheap variant of this car, which is 75 horsepower. And then we have this 205 horsepower variant, which is for motorsports, so for rallying. So much like the Lancia Ypsilon, that has a 205 horsepower. That's what that engine is going to be for. I could have made an inline 4 or inline 5, but considering I would like this car to compete with the Vauxhall Corsa, the Opel Corsa / Peugeot 308, I thought, let's just try and make an engine very similar to it. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. I really appreciate that. It is nice to be back. It is really nice to be back. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah. I should have come back a long time ago. I have tried many times, but I just struggle to keep motivation, if that makes sense, to keep going. So I would record like 3 or 4 videos, and then afterwards I'll be like, yeah, it's not really, I don't really have the time, or it's just not something I'm interested in or whatever, and it just, for one reason or another, I just end up not making videos anymore. But time also has a big role to play with that. I barely have any these days, but yeah, I need to rebuild my entire automation collection, so why not do it as a stream? I don't know what wheels would look good. I've got so many mods here. What do these ones look like? Oh dear. I mean, they are very French. They are very French, but before you get scared, no, I do have at least a little bit of taste in cars. These ones don't look too bad though. Yeah, no, I get that. I did try very much with the campaigns that I made, but it eventually got to the point where I was making the same car over and over again, and as views were dropping, I was just like, yeah, I could continue this, and people would probably watch it, but it would lack a certain amount of quality that I would like in it. So I ended up just stopping it. I mean, I do need to get back into campaigns. I did end up trying to make an American campaign, and I made several cars. There will be an electric variant, yes, if I can get that to work. To try to bring new games. Oh, what new games to the channel? You know, funnily enough, I have actually been thinking about that. As F1 Manager 24 is releasing soon, I would actually like to play that. Like, oh, My Summer Car is fun. I do have that actually. I do enjoy playing that. That might be a stream thing. Yeah, but I also want to give Forza Motorsport a try on this channel because I have about 350 hours in that game and I really enjoy it. As much as other people hate it, I do. I'm not sure what brand I'm making yet, but yeah, no. As I'm making, as I lost my train of thought now. What you call it? Yeah. No, I do enjoy Forza a lot. As much as other people don't. I find it actually quite fun, especially now that they've added endurance races and stuff. I do understand that that is not a finished game. There is a lot missing, but what there is in that game, I do enjoy. That looks weird. No. My Summer Car is great, like Monbazoo. I haven't played Monbazoo, or however you say it. It's the one with the BMW, isn't it? I believe it is. Hello, man. I like that name. It's just straight to the point, man. Yeah. Let's actually get to doing a little bit of design work. You know what I might do just before that? To try and make these wheels stand out a little bit more. These can stay polished. This, I would like to add a grey to. So, something like this. Maybe a little bit lighter. Actually, no, I think... Well, let's go into here. Lower it until it looks alright. You know what, something like that. What do you guys say to that? I really like the campaign views because the game offered a lot more variable. Yes, yes. The campaign, it was... As much as I really wanted to make specific cars, I would trial them in the campaign and realize that it would just ruin me, ruin the campaign. Because there was a point where I was like, I would like to make a really nice sports car, and I tried making a sports car. I made one that I sort of wanted to make, and eventually, when I did make it and I released it and went through went through a few years, yeah, it just either bankrupted me or put me in a position which I would have spent 10 in-game years trying to recover. Thank you, Kendi. That's very that's very nice. Yeah, I think that's what you call it. I think Monbazoo is what, like Charles has said, the Canadian version of My Summer Car. Right, let's actually get a design down. So, the way I like to design my cars is literally just by putting cutouts onto the car, so I can get an idea of what I want the design to actually look like. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to put some cutouts onto the front of the car, and then figure out what works and what doesn't as we go along. So, I'm gonna do something like this. I want to keep the body lines. I think that's what makes a design work is if you can make the design and the lines of the body work very well. There are some very talented designers in this game which just make new body lines happen. I have no idea how to do that, although I would really like to learn. But yeah, I'm just going to stick with this for the time being. I think this will work just fine. And yeah, let's have a look what's been said. Yeah, it sucks the cool cars don't sell in the... Yeah, no, I agree. I tried making the Velouf campaign a bit more interesting by using high revving 4 cylinders like the Honda K series, I think, or B series or something like that. I can't remember exactly which one I sort of based it on, but yeah. It was very difficult because that engine just sucked in terms of sales wise because it was inefficient. It revved high. It was more of a sporty engine than anything. So maybe that'll be yeah. Oh, I am looking forward to the challenge mode actually. Now that you say it, I do actually very much look V16. Yeah, no, I am looking forward to the challenge mode. I'm definitely going to do videos on that because I think that's a genius idea for this game. Put people head to head and see who can design the best car, because I mean with Discord there's people always posting their best creations and stuff, and then the best one gets chosen to be put on like their social medias and stuff, right? And I feel like that is just an evolution of that in this game, where you design the best thing you can and yeah, make the car look happy. I am trying. I am trying. I think I can do it. So you know what? I'm actually going to do something a tiny bit different. I'm going to do this. Oh, this, and I'm not going to follow the bonnet line. I think I'm just going to make a new one. That makes sense. Something like that. So yeah, and then I'm going to rotate this a tiny bit so that it lines up a little bit more with the grille. How does this look? A bit more rotating. Right now it looks a bit wonky, I'm very aware. I'm just trying to visualize this in my head to try and make it actually look like a normal car. Yeah, let's have a look how this works. Put a block here. And we grab this. And push it up here a bit, make it a lot flatter so it doesn't weird. Let's push it up a tiny bit. Alright. This needs to move a tiny bit over this way. Yeah, so this is looking alright. So I'm going to extend this a tiny bit. I'm going to extend this so it lines up with this. Fine over here. I think we have a happy looking car that way. Alright, so let's see. So I think the line is about there. It should be around about here, if I remember correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I'm going to just delete this for the time being. Yeah. Let's have a look. So I'm going to take this one. There's a lot of thinking happening right now. There's a lot of thinking. There always is a lot of thinking in these, where you're designing a car. But I always try and make my cars look as realistic as possible, to the point where I spend more time on a car than I really should be. And I end up putting at least 500 fixtures onto the car, so yeah. Happy car, yes, very happy car. I like happy car. Alright, so let's do that. Let's pull it out a little bit. I want to try and make a bit of a rounded edge down here, so make this look a bit more rounded. So let's take this one because it's still the most accurate to a circle. Looks like a Skoda to me. A little bit, yeah. It would need. I mean, the headlights do definitely give Skoda vibes right now. I see where you're going with that, but I'll try and make this design as unique as possible, because usually I look at other cars when I'm designing cars, so I'll try and get an idea of how the design was made, like what makes it look good, what were the design trends of the time, that kind of thing. So I'm just winging it this time. there is no design that I'm looking at. Oh, thank you. That's very. I don't know how to say your name. I'm gonna guess Jacob, or Jseb. I'm very sorry. This is the one thing I was worried about, is that I would start saying people's names and just absolutely butcher them, like really badly, and I feel like I've just done that. But thank you, I really appreciate that. Yatsig. Okay, you know what, I'll try and remember that. I think I said it correctly. I think. It's a lot more difficult than I expected. I'll put it that way. Just little things about streaming. Polish name. Oh, cool. We're neighbors. That's part. Yep. Yep. I sort of expected it anyway. I knew there was going to be some difficulties. Let's put it that way, with me constantly talking and trying to say things and then losing the ability to speak, because I'm not someone who talks constantly, but I am trying my best to try and keep you guys entertained. How are we looking with it? Let's pull it down a tiny bit. How are these headlights looking? You know what? That doesn't look too bad. They are still a bit thin, which is a minor annoyance. I would like them to be a bit wider, because the grill's quite wide, you see. So what we could do to try and make that look alright is pull the grill in a tiny bit. So we actually do need to do this. So we do that. And then what we'll do is we will take this and pull it along a bit. So somewhere around about here. Yeah, you know what? That actually does. It looks like a Citroen. Was it the C2? The small one, or the C1, the tiny one? It looks like a lot of different cars. All cars look like different. I'm just gonna say it's a car. I don't know what brand it's going to be yet. I have more brands than I wish to admit, because when I spend time bored and then it just ends up happening, it's like, oh, that sounds like a cool car name. But yeah, do you guys want to know how I actually come up with the names for the different brands? There is actually a trick to it, for me at least, which is I think of a word that I want the company to sort of, how can I say this, that describes the company. So I take the word, no, not ChatGPT. I actually go on to Google Translate the word, and then I try and like mix and match some letters. So it ends up just being a translated word with a couple minor differences. But I think this looks good. What do you guys think about this? I think this works. Let's have a little design of this portion down here. But yeah, I think this looks alright. Let's try and follow this line going down here. Or do we pull it out all the way across and make it slope off to the sides? Yeah, sometimes I don't even translate. Yeah, it's like what did I call Velouf? Why did I call it that? There's a reason why I called it that. There has a meaning behind it. If any of you Swedish people know what the word actually means, please tell me. But there is a reason why I called it that, and I forgot the word now. I think it has something to do with what do you call it? I think it has to do with being progressive or something. You like it big. Okay, so we like it like this. So we're going to taper it off to the side, I think. This is always the most difficult bit. Actually, the most difficult thing for me is always designing the rear end of a car. So like the tail lights and the rear boots and all that kind of stuff. That's the most difficult thing for me. Yeah. Let's have a look. So, oh, the mirroring is. All right. Let's see here. That's very wide. Yeah, by the way, this car will probably be made over several streams. I end up spending easily 30, 40 hours on cars, and I know that this won't be any different because what I have planned for this car. So I want to make this premium version, which is going to be sort of the base variant for me to work off of. And then I'm going to design the mid-range, the low-range, and then the hot hatch variant, which is going to have some spoilers and some sporty design. And then, yeah, there will be a rally variant, or at least a touring car racing variant, or probably be all of them. So, yeah, I think this is alright. It's difficult to tell if it looks alright from the side, but I think this looks okay. I would like to pull it out so that it's in line with this, but then it'll just be so far out to the side. What if I did something like that? So we did this. I should do a tiny bit more. Tiny bit more. And then how does this look? Okay, ignore this bulge in the middle. Actually not, the bulge works. That actually works. I quite like that. Because it sort of follows this line that we're creating here, because I want this to be one sort of almost continuous line here. So let's have a look. So let's actually make this a bit smaller, and then we'll add an artificial bulge, if that makes sense. So we'll add our own sort of bulgy thing. Looks car, yes. That's the whole point. That's very much the point. I thank you for confirming. Thank you for confirming that. So yeah. Let's do this. Now the thing with modern cars that I know is they like to design their cars very edgy. So from what it looks like is that the cars are designed basically very boxy, and then they get rounded out a bit. So if you have a look at some of the designs, that's why they look very square. And then they just have some rounded edges. And I kind of want to... That looks like a curve and a half. I kind of just want to see if I can follow that a tiny bit. Yeah, so let's have a look. That's this car really smiley. Yes, very smiley. A box. So far, it is just a box. You're right, but it's a decent looking box, I think, so far. You know what? This is working. I'm a fan of this. We just need to somehow find a way to fill this out. Let's actually add a little bit more rotation on that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. And then bring it down. There you go. So now it looks like one continuous curve. How does this look? I think this looks alright. Right. Let's have a think. So I'm pretty certain that this is going to be the design for the front. Right? Oh, thank you, man. That's very... I appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm pretty certain that this is going to be the design for the front here. Let's get to the difficult part. The part that I hate the most on designing any car. Thank you, I really appreciate that. And it's I'd buy this front. That's what I want to do. That's very nice, thank you. Yeah. So let's design the rear end. I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but I know that I want to try and fill out this sort of side section here, so let's give that a try. Yeah, the main thing about designing cars is just spend time doing it. It's like eventually it'll look good. If you rush things and then you just place things, yes, it can look good occasionally, but I find that I need to spend a lot more time to make things look good, in my opinion, for myself. because I don't know, I have this inherent need to make a car look as realistic as possible, and it has killed me sometimes. It's just, it's been so difficult, but yeah, we are getting there. Let's do a tiny little rotation on that. That works. Let's pull this across. Yeah, this can up slightly. Yeah, so as you can see, we're now following this body line, right? Which is exactly what I'm trying to do. So now I'm going to add a circle up here. So it'll look like a circle from here, but because we're following the body lines, it's going to not look as circular from the outside. So actually it does still look quite circular, but then it'll just look like it'll just come straight down here, whereas on the side it's going to come across here. So let's add one more tiny circle here as like a connecting piece. It's going to be a very small circle, as it's just supposed to be sort of a corner piece, because I want to make this look smoothed out without too many edges. Yeah. So let's do this. Let's do this. And now we're getting somewhere. Oh. Please listen to me. Alright. There you go. So let's pull this down. And now let's make the two circles line up. And the reason why I'm doing this for designing the cars, because I like to make everything custom made. So everything I need, I want to make everything myself. So like the headlights, the tail lights, all the chrome pieces, the grille, that kind of thing. I want to make it all as much as I can myself. And you see, so from the side, it looks like it's almost coming vertically down. Whereas from the back, it's going across. And I really like that. What I might just do is I might add a very shallow circle, like a very soft one. Just to get a little bit of curvature from here, because it does look like it's a bit concave right now. So, but it's going to be very shallow, so it's not even going to look like it's got a smooth sort of curved edge to it. Yeah, so even more shallow, I think. How does that work? Let's have a look. Let's pull it across a little bit. There's a lot of thinking going on right now trying to make this work. Right. Right, come on. Just listen to my commands. You know what? Let's just have a look how this looks. You know what? I prefer that. What do you guys think about this? That tiny little sort of half circle thing has made such a huge difference in my eyes. Right. Let's do a bit of this. Let's make it taller. And then we nearly have a rear end. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take another circle, because we love circles. And yeah, let's have a little play around. Trying to get, you know what, I'll just type it. 1. There you go. So now it's exactly square. A square circle. Now it looks like the Swift. Yes, it does. But it's the only way you can make the rear end of this, in my opinion, look genuinely good. There was once a car that I did see in the Discord forums, which had different looking taillights, and I think they looked amazing, but I've completely forgotten them now, and I've lost the car, so, or at least I haven't seen it since, but yeah, it's unfortunate. But I did, there is a different way of doing it, I just haven't discovered it yet. Alright, let's do that. Pull it across. Now we have tail lights. That tiny little thing up here made such a difference in my opinion. I will get this filled in so it matches that line perfectly once I do sort of the, whatever these are called, things. Yeah, with this body it doesn't matter what you do, it'll always look like a Swift. but it's not too bad in my opinion. I do like the Swift. The new one looks very wonky. It looks more like a PT Cruiser than anything, but yeah, we can make this work. For those of you who have already seen the brand new Swift or the facelift of that Swift, I don't know if it's a facelift, but the brand new one. Are you guys a fan of the design or not? Because I'm struggling with it. I'm not a huge fan of it at all. It's got a weird line on the bonnet, and the tail lights look really wonky with it sort of poking in and everything. It just looks very weird to me. Yeah. Let's have a... We could do a tiny diffuser back here, actually. I think that would look alright. That I don't want to make my own diffuser. I haven't actually made my own diffuser ever. What's stopping me from trying? Do we want to attempt a Posusoku body kit? You know what? That could be a variant of this thing at this point. I feel like that could actually look alright. I think it looks better once the actual pictures. Yeah. Well, this will look better, yeah. It should look like a Swift more or less because this is a city car. Yes, I agree with that as well, but I do want to add my own design to it, and yes, it looks a bit Skodery from the front right now, but I will try and make it be its own special thing. Yeah. Do we want to try our own diffuser? Make it like I've never made one. I'm tempted to try and make my own one. It won't add any downforce because unless I do a little trick and make it invisible. But you know what, I'll give it a try. This body allows me to do it actually quite nicely because it's got plastic right there, so that's sort of where I've got a connecting point. Yeah. Try and make something that looks alright. Ooh, lost it. Let's see here. So let's do this, I think. So I want to try and meet this edge right here, or just a little bit across from it, or as close to this edge as possible, so that it looks like we have like this line and then it jots back up again. So it's sort of got, yeah. I'm happy with this so far. So let's do this. Next campaign episode, that's a good question. Not even I know the answer at this point. Unfortunately, not even I know the answer. I'm trying to figure out a way of doing things where I don't get burnt out immediately, because I've got a lot going on in real life at the moment. But once I do figure it out, I will start making episodes again. I did really enjoy making campaign videos, and I want to get back into it as much as possible. So yeah, it's something I do miss doing, and I definitely want to again. But for the time being, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do some streams, try and get back into the swing of things, chat with you people, and yeah, just vibe really. Just relax, just enjoy sort of some peace and quiet. I feel like the music's just stopped, hasn't it? Music. I didn't realize it stopped. Let's hit loop. Is it playing? Is the music playing? Is it loud? It looks like it's playing. I didn't realize it stopped. I'm very sorry. I thought I hit loop on it. Is that alright with the music? Yes, beautiful. Alright. There it goes. I didn't realize it stopped. I'm sorry. I just looked over and I was like, wait, hold on, something's missing. This appears to be missing as well. It's not making any noise either. Oh well. Wait, you playing music? Oh, can you not hear it? Hold on. Wait. Do you have a schedule planned for streams? Difficult. I would like to do Sundays. Sundays seem like the days that work the most for me at the moment. So probably then, every Sunday, I will try and do some weekly streams in the evenings when I've got time, and just yeah. Right now, I'm just trying to get into the swing of things, trying to see how all this works, how streaming works, how you guys react to it, and once I see that it actually does work, I will get a bit more serious about it. Yeah, so that's sort of where I'm at right now. Right, so we do have a thing here. I would like to get rid of some of this plastic so we can have a place to put the exhaust. But you know what? I don't actually need to do that. Opinion on French cars. Difficult. I hate them, honestly. I don't like them. But I work on them. And the more you work on them, the more you see why they're designed in the way that they are. And eventually you start understanding the French a little bit. Very difficult to do, but I'm sorry if you're French. I don't mean any offense, but your cars are like, you know how the way that I've realized that the French design their cars. So you know how the Germans are always thought of as the people who over-engineer their cars to the absolute limit. Well, the French do that as well, but not on their expensive, fancy cars, but their cheap little hatchbacks. And that makes repairing them very difficult. Let's have a look here. How's this? Okay. Is this gonna sit on top or is it gonna sit behind? It's gonna sit on top, isn't it? Not what I want. Patches. There you go, that's what I'm after. No, it isn't just their cars, it's everything they make. Yeah, I mean, I've started to understand the French, that's the thing. So I've started to understand why they've designed their vehicles the way they have. I will never understand why they put a timing belt into oil, but I'm sure they had an idea with that. But in practice it doesn't work. I've seen firsthand the results of what happens when you do that, and it's not pleasant. Yeah. So, but the good thing is, I believe there's new engines soon, which have timing chains now. The 1.2s. It's not everything, but everything about France. Is this just going to become a common theme? It's just we're all going to hate the French here. Is this just a collection of French-hating people? Where's plastic? Give me some plastic. Not leather. Not glass. Plastic. It's looking like a diffuser. Definitely looking like a diffuser. What is the underbody of this car? Is it plastic? I'm assuming it is plastic. Oh, I think I've just... Ooh. I have just made this and this plastic, but you know what? That doesn't look too bad. We will... Actually, you know what? Let's do this one... I did not mean to do this, but let's just make this one black. And leave this back here plastic. I think that actually works. It's a modern car. It's gonna have plastic all over it anyway, so why not just embrace it? It's gonna be made of plastic, realistically. Everything's made of plastic these days in cars. Even the oil pans, stuff like that. It's just all plastic. Yeah. Trying to figure out how to make this look good and add the cutouts so that we can, as an American, I've always admired French cars from afar. You know what? That works. The thing is, when you drive a car made by the French, you will realize that it is very over-engineered. It is very much designed to drive exactly how they want it. But they have gone beyond a realistic limit, in my opinion, to where the car, it just doesn't feel like a car anymore. It doesn't have any personality. It feels just because like it's with like the Peugeot 308, 208, I think the 208, and the Corsa underneath there, exactly the same car, and stuff like, what would it be, the Opel Astra and the Peugeot 308 underneath, identical. And well, vans, I'm alright with vans being platform shared, that's not a problem with me, but yeah, it's still not, it's just all the same. Even Toyota have come in and been like, ooh, that's a nice van you've got there. I would like to have a piece of that action. And then they also made the Stellantis based vans. But yeah, Where is it? I think this one is what I want to... I'm still trying to figure out how to make a diffuser look good. I'm gonna try out this. See if I can make this work. That looks weird? Question mark? Let's make it smaller. Ooh, oh no, I need to move it a bunch. I like the Citroen. Yeah, okay, you know what? The DS, the Citroen DS, the one they made in what, 2013 or whatever it was. I genuinely think that's a decent looking car. There is one that's driving around where I live, which is matte grey, but everything else is black, like sort of piano black, and it looks absolutely incredible. It is really, really nice. But yeah, diffuser looks very smooth. Yes, I will work on that. The diffuser looks very smooth. It's very, very glossy. I will have to add something to make it look less smooth, but for the time being, I'm just gonna try and make it look like a diffuser. I'm gonna put this around it so that what you call it, I can actually call it a diffuser. Is this the correct way around? Oh, I've moved the plastic. There you go. 2000 is... Oh, the old DS. Okay, yeah, no, I agree. That's a cool car. The old Citroens are very cool. Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's a very nice looking car. And it's got a lot of technology in it, which just hasn't been seen for 20, 30 years after it's made. Apart from on the Citroens. Yeah. Is it poking out or is it poking... Oh, it's poking in. Okay. So far, it's half looking like a diffuser. Question is, do we do chrome? To try and separate it a tiny bit to make it look like it's actually supposed to be there, that kind of thing. I will do chrome just for a second. I will probably get rid of it because who actually wants chrome on their cars? Actually a lot of people do, but yeah. Drag this across, more across, more across, even more, and we're getting there. Right. Yeah, right. Oh, I should probably have done this. Oh, I forgot to do that. Oh no. Right. Align. That's not what I wanted to see. Ah dear. Oh no. Oh no. What are the mod for those trim pieces? That's a good question. That's a very good question. RB seam kit is what I've got here. I would probably try that. Hello Magnus. How are you? Yeah. RB seam kit is what I would try. There's a bunch of different ones from RB which have body kits and patches, I believe, as well. If you go into the decals and stuff, there's also patches that they've made and stuff. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of their mods. There's a lot of mods that they've made. They're all very useful from what I've been using so far. I haven't had any issues with any of their mods yet. So yeah, I do really like this mod though, because it makes transitions from one part of a car to another look very, very good. I think makes it look like there's actually a transition apart from it just sort of just blocking off onto the next part, and it gives it some design, if that makes sense. So let's do that. Bit more, bit. See, now I have the issue that this is poking out. Which is not what I wanted. One bit. Ooh, the camera is being very annoying right now. Right, it stopped poking, but it looks very weird. Mouse over the mod banner is the name. Oh! Mod name, RB Seam Kit, there you go. I did not know that was a thing. Thank you, I genuinely did not know that was a thing. I've learned something new. I very much appreciate that, thank you. Yeah, so Let's see here. Oh dear, it doesn't want to come down anymore. Alright, how does that look? Interesting. Very bland right now. What I'll do actually for the time being, so I'll get rid of the plastic. Yeah, and I'm gonna get some patches. I don't know if I do decal patches. Let's do these ones. I want to try and hide this mess as much as possible, so I'm going to do this and make it thin. Ah, there you go. That works. It does not work. Not cool. Alright, so drag that down, drag it across. See, this is the problem where I end up spending way too much time on designing these cars. To the point where I'm spending 15 minutes on something that doesn't even matter. But it all ends up looking alright in the end, I think. So that there. Right. Let's figure out how we want to make this diffuser look. What do you guys think we should do? Should we make it so that it comes up here and down back here, and then we have like an open area here? Or should we do circles? Or what are you guys thinking in terms of design for this diffuser? Because I have no idea right now. Oh, that's a good stretch. Actually, before we, while you guys are doing the comments, I'm hoping at least. Quality 100, production 5. Is that like the production of the stream, or is I'm a little bit confused about that one. Right, let's raise the rear a tiny bit, lower the front. There you go. That looks... It fills the wheel arches quite nicely now. Alright. Yeah. Perfect is the enemy of good. Yes. No, I agree. That's... You know, that saying makes a lot of sense. I very much agree with that. I very much agree with that saying, actually. Oh, can I do this? Get rid of some of this plastic. I won't be able to get rid of all of it because it's just the way this game works, but... You know what? You know what? I think the way that I could make this work by keeping the plastic on the bottom is I'm gonna grab this. Then I'm gonna let it bounce around like that, I guess. Pull it back a tiny bit. You know what? Oh, too tall. Right, that. Make it shorter. A little bit more. A little bit more. And drag it across. What this will serve is the lower portion of this lip. So, oh. That's missing some portions. How's this? Alright. This is becoming very mentally taxing right now. I'm trying to figure out how to make this work. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm spending way too much time on this diffuser. If you guys end up getting bored or whatever, just tell me. I'll just move on to something else and we can always come back to it. Yeah. Right. There you go. We could do a bit of this. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Please look. Please turn around. Oh. Oh, I like that. I like that curve for some reason. That works. Half of my this is an accidental design that I like. I'm gonna keep that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that. I'll still need to fill in this gap underneath though. Yeah. Let's have a little look. Oh dear. Oh dear. Stop being weird. Right. Shorter. That's very short. Let's do some... Oh, okay, I can't align to horizon. Something like... this? Nope. 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 There you go. You know what? I'm going to leave that for the time being. We'll come back to it because I'm spending way too much time on this diffuser already. Yeah. Let's fill the 3D cube. Oh, fill with 3D cube. You know what? I haven't thought about that. That could work. I'll give that a try in just a second. I want to just get an idea down so that it's actually on the car. So we do this. Follow the line somewhat. Plastic, of course, because what else? And then we do this, and then we do something like this. I don't know if it'll suit this car, and I'm very open to changing this, but I would like to give it a try regardless. That would be the exhaust holes. What do you guys think about these exhaust holes? Right. Triangle. I am a triangle. Man, I remember that as a kid. That was a long time ago. What was that, Mr. Maker? Something like that? I am a square. That was a time. Fake exhaust exit. You know what? To keep the realism, I might just end up having to do that. You know what? That might actually end up happening just because realism. But I don't want to. I don't agree with fake exhaust. How does that look? So far, I don't think it looks too bad. What sort of exhaust tips have we got that could fill that space? I know there is one. Definitely. Let's have a look. Modern exhaust tips. Where is it? There it is. I like it. Thank you. That's very nice of you to say. I will have to do a tiny bit of fiddling around with the angles and stuff, but yeah, this is sort of what I had in my head to try and get this to look like an actual design. British cars is unique in era, but they all have common thing. All have. You feel the exhaust, it might look great. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Let's do this. And then we've got to move the massive triangle, which is a bit too massive, but it'll work. Alright. Let's move this across a tiny bit. Let's 3D this thing. Actually, let's 2D it and then just keep the width. The problem is it's now behind the body line, which is what I didn't want. How's that look? That looks like an exhaust. That looks like an exhaust. I don't know. Do we keep it 2D? I feel like that looks almost better. I think. Yeah. You know what? Let's leave the diffuser alone for a minute. There's a lot of diffuser work going on, so let's add some bits and bobs around the car, like door handles and mirrors and windshield wipers and stuff like that. So, which ones look good? It appears I've run out of my drink. Right. Thank you, I appreciate that. That's very, very nice. Hey. Thinking. Which one would look good? They all look good in their own regards. I think I might end up going for something like this. Do I do this so it follows the body line? This is something that I do enjoy doing, is making things follow body lines for some reason. Teeny bit bigger. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, let's do the same thing for the rear. I'm not going to do the door handle in the upper door bit thing here. Yeah. It's drag. I have never seen that emoji and I like it. I like it. I like the emoji. That is partially terrifying, but I also but I like the intention behind it. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thinking. I would like to go with something like this. But it's got that extra plastic bit on it, which I'd actually no, I can make that work. Let's just make it work. So do this. Bit taller, bit longer, bit more pokey outy. And then what are these emojis? Popcorn and what is that? It looks like a bowling ball, like a very scared bowling ball. Yeah, that is those are some very interesting emojis. I'm very interested. Alright, what do you guys think about these door mirrors? I don't know though, because I want these to be coloured in the car as well, and then it'll just look very off. So I'm probably gonna get rid of them actually. See, this is the thing. I don't want to bore you guys by trying 15 different designs, but I also want this to look good. What is that? Rates like a siren, a TV, a location marker, a Smurf, Nemo, and an hourglass. I think I got them correct. There's no mirrors that. Maybe this one. Very modern, but we are in the modern stage. We are in the modern era. Looks very performancey though. Oh, I don't hate that. I do not dislike that. What else is there? What else is there? I think that one might end up being the one because. Oh, hold on. There you go. That's more like it. Really deciphering emojis, yep. Yeah. I've never seen these emojis. I didn't know YouTube had their own emojis. I've never really used them, so... Like translating hieroglyphics, it is. It really is. I think that looks good. Maybe a teeny bit small. Let's have a little, makey bigger. Let's do 0.8. Yeah, I think that looks good. What do you guys think? Well, I think these mirrors work. Right. Windshield wipers. Windshield wipers. Where are they? There's so many mods in here. Windshield wipers. There's the windshield wipers. There you go. The ancient art of the ancient art of YouTube emoji reading. You know what? One day there will be a period in history where they will think that these emojis had some sort of meaning, like the Greeks used to draw on the walls and stuff. I feel like that will come eventually. Yeah, I always forget. I tend to forget important things as well. It's like a lot of my YouTube campaign cars. I've forgotten a lot of things that are important, and 95% of the time it sort of went unnoticed, and I managed to fix it with the next one. But there was always an occasional message like, "Oh, you forgot the fuel filler cap," or "You forgot this," or "You forgot that." I'm like, he noticed. He noticed. But yeah, I think that looks alright. That works. Teeny bit higher. There you go. Now, fuel filler. Oh no, that's the wheels. Fuel filler cap. Those mirrors capture the vibe of the car. Thank you. I think so as well. They're funky. I like the funkiness. Let's do a circular filler cap, and let's put it, I guess, here on the driver's side, so the driver doesn't have to run around the car 15 times just to fuel his car. Do you plan on doing an interior very detailed, or just I'm doing a detailed interior, don't worry. That's what I mean with I end up spending 40-50 hours on cars, because I'm going to make as custom an interior as I can. What is that? An octopus and a penguin. Seafood. Well, no, not the penguin. You don't eat penguin. Do not eat penguin. I can I've never tried, and I will not recommend. Where is wipers? There they are. This one looks like it's suitable. You see, this is the one thing I find very annoying about this specific wiper. It looks good as a rear windshield wiper, but then the actual middle of it is the actual middle of the wiper. So placing it manually always becomes difficult, so I end up using this one, I think. Penguin tastes good. That's your opinion. I'm not going to argue it. If you think penguin tastes good, then that's perfectly fine by me. You should put your design somewhere so we can admire. I don't know if there's much to admire, but I can definitely put them on. I can definitely put them up, like upload them somewhere. I do occasionally put my designs on the what's it called? The Discord forums, but yeah, source, trust me, bro. Yeah, oh, Vens, how are you doing? Penguins are goated creatures. I do have to agree with you there. Penguins are very goated. One of the very few birds that cannot fly, but can swim. I mean, are they classified as birds? I reckon they should be, right? The word penguin actually used to be a synonym for great orc, for the great orc, which was hunted to extinction. Ah, explorers named modern penguins after them. Flightless bird. Oh, it's nice to have you, Vince. Hello. Flightless. You know what? That's a very interesting piece of history that I did not know about. The word penguin used to be a synonym for the great orc. I mean, fly has several meanings. I agree with one of them. Well, several of them, apart from the one that actually involves them taking to the sky. Yeah, where was I? I was doing some designing things. Yes, I was. Right. I was doing some designing work. Right. Taillights. Where do I put my taillights? Do I put it in here? Would that work? Would that look like a thing? Would that be a thing? Chickens also go. Oh, they. Yes, and I can actually, as a trusted source, I can also say they taste good. Sorry if there's any vegans here, but I like the taste of chicken. Chicken is a very delicious thing. Right. That looks like a tail light to me. Bit out of place for some reason. Let's do some wiper nozzles. The windshield nozzles. Where are they? They're in here somewhere. Gator tastes like chicken more than chicken. What? What? Crocodile? I am now very confused. Do you mean crocodile by that? I'm assuming you do. If so, should I be worried? Because I've never heard about anyone who's eaten crocodile. Opinion of penguins. Oh, pigeons. Alligator is so good. What is that? Is this you can eat alligator? Chicken rolls definitely. Crispy gator nuggets. Oh man. I feel like this chat's gotten a bit I can't speak for crocodiles, but I do like alligator. I am learning so much right now. I am learning so much. I did not know you could eat alligator. I mean, I think I've heard something about it. I just never knew. It's just new to me right now. Road dining in Florida swamps. Yes, you can eat alligator. It tastes like chicken. That's incredible. That's genuinely incredible. I did not know that. You know what? I have an idea. Would we like to make this more look like a Genesis than a Skoda? I can do it in one simple and effective way. I have just seen something that could maybe work. The chat is going berserk over here. I eat normal food. You know what? The European mind cannot comprehend the official food of Florida. You know what? The more you keep talking about this official food of Florida, the more scared I'm getting. Damn, I never thought I'd be envious of someone eating an alligator. I mean, if it tastes like chicken, it might as well just be chicken. Oh, this is incredible. You know what? I actually prefer this. What do you guys think about this tiny little addition up here? I eat normal food. I like that. Oh. I need to do some actual designing work now. Did you know the birds are related to dinosaurs? I mean, aren't a lot of animals related in one way or another to dinosaurs, or at least animals from that time period? Left the gun range and stopped at the bar in the middle of the swamp. Oh my god. The Florida life really be moving. Really be different. Ah, another reason why I never moved to Florida. Definitely seems interesting to me. It definitely seems like it's a regret leaving Florida. I mean, I'm sure if you grew up there and you got used to eating alligator with honey mustard, then I'm sure it's lovely. But I cannot wrap my head around that, if I'm being completely honest. I've seen the GTA trailer. I'm perfectly alright playing as a Floridan, or Floridian, or whatever you call yourselves. But living there, it's going to be a different thing. Right. Do we want to start designing the front, or do we want to finish the back? What's the opinion of the viewers? Double spam musubi. I'm going to pretend to know what that is and tell you that's very nice. Although I do want to go to Hawaii at some point. Hello, Charles. Nice to have you back. Yeah. Trying to think. Florida equals hell. I feel like there's a war that's about to start in this chat. The whole 5 viewers are gonna go to war on each other. All because people eat alligators and live in Florida. I feel like things have gotten slightly out of hand. But at least there's entertainment. At least there's entertainment. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to... Nuh-uh. Florida's the best state. Nuh-uh. Yeah. The war has begun. The war has begun. Everyone brace. As a European, I'm just gonna say that as a European, I'm just gonna say that Germany's the best and we're going to leave it at that. Potato versus gator. What, is Idaho like the land of potatoes or something? I will never move to Florida because of tourists and hurricane. You know what, I don't know much about Florida, but I know that they are sort of the first country to be hit when there is a hurricane, so I can understand you there, buddy. Idaho is famous for its potatoes. Ah! What sort of potatoes come from Idaho? Florida have Florida men. Florida men. The only person from Idaho here is in the chat. This is definitely turned very interesting. I'm gonna design the car on the side and you guys sort out your Idaho versus Florida issues. Oh, those are the ones that McDonald's and stuff use for their chips, isn't it? Isn't that what russet potatoes are for? Because they have a specific potato to them. Alright. You know how champagne can only be made in the Champagne region? Same thing with Oh, I see. It's like, what's going on here? It's like, what's it? What cheese is it? There's a cheese. Parmesan, that's it. Parmesan can only actually be made in the area of Reggiano, wherever it was. Yeah. Wait. Damn, Florida has its own psyop even here. Florida solos, the South Michigan solos, the Midwest facts. You know what? I don't understand anything of what's going on right now. All I'm understanding is potatoes right now. It's definitely very interesting. Twisty. Whoa, corporate potato. What kind of corporate potatoes? McDonald's and Lay's both have special varieties of potato. I mean, understandable. They kind of need their potatoes to be a specific way, but still crazy. Why is this being so annoying? Stop being annoying. Low-grown oranges go hard. I'm just gonna have to say yes and agree with you there, even though I have no idea what Florida oranges are even like. Oh, potato cake. Oh, actually, you know what? I am a big fan of potato cake with a little bit of salt on the top of it. Not salt, sugar. With like a little bit of sugar, like on top of that. It's the most glorious thing. Maybe a little bit of cinnamon as well. I have to agree with you there. You know, understandable. Very understandable. I've also realised why this is being so annoying. There we go. Salt and cucumber. You know what? Yes, I agree with salt and cucumbers. Salt on cucumbers is glorious, and on tomatoes. Ham and cheese sandwiches. Yes, no, I agree. Ham and cheese sandwiches with cucumber is amazing. I have to very much agree with you there. It's funny how, from an outside perspective, America seems one of the most least free countries that I know of. Oh yeah, tomato season is always amazing. It's always when you pick them fresh, it's always just a delight. The eagle, eagle. Thinking in progress. Thinking is still in progress. There you go, that works. Here, you pick your... Well, you call those vegetables? You call the shopping center things vegetables? Like it's illegal. Wait, it's illegal to run out of gas. I'm sorry, what? You know, I'm quite happy living as a European. I'm quite happy in my little bubble over here. I have had the opportunity to see one of the biggest cars I've ever seen, which happened to be a Ram. And I'm always amazed at the size of the vehicles that you guys drive over there, and I am perfectly okay not driving them. Might as well get the license for a semi-truck, or a semi-truck, whatever you want to call them. At that point, when you want yourself a nice little lifted Ram truck. Well, South Africa isn't a bad country either. It does have its issues with power saving and all that kind of stuff, but you know what? There's worse things. Here in Kentucky, it's illegal to hunt from a moving vehicle except if you're hunting whales. What? You know what? Like I said, I'm perfectly happy living as a European over here in my little bubble. Those are some funky laws. Get back in the coal mines. 2 out of the 4 years, yep, 2 out of the 4 years are American. So we've got a 50% American viewership right now. For whatever reason they're awake for. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like the middle of the night right now for you guys. Yeah. Alright, let's... Florida, unmarried women cannot skydive on sun. I feel like that's not a law. I feel like you've just made that up. That's why Kentucky Fried Whale never took off. Oh, this is a good stretch. So, currently I am drinking this German drink called Spetty, right? Which is cola and orange juice mixed together, and is the most glorious thing I've ever had in my life. There is a whale industry in Kentucky. Oh, it's gone now. What's your time? Currently, it is well, just nearly 2:45. So 2:42 right now, or 14:42, however you want to say your time. I actually drank my vape juice because it's big. Well, at least you got yourself a nice mouthful of fruitiness. Unless you've got something savoury or whatever. Oh no, not aluminium, I want chrome. There you go. Chrome. Hello, orange is never. It is really nice. It's if you have it over there, it's from Paulana. It's called Spetty. It's got like an LGBT flag on it. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Mixed berry is like cough medicine. I mean, you shouldn't have drank it then, should you? I'm gonna call that. I'm gonna call that on you. Yeah. Well, freedom is freedom. You can drink anything. Even cough syrup. Hell yeah, brother. Ah. You know, I would like to go to America one day just to witness what it's actually like over there. I feel like it's going to be so different to what I know, what I'm used to, that I'm just not going to be able to wrap my head around it. Illegal to handle salmon in suspicious. Yeah, I know about that one. It's illegal to handle a salmon suspiciously in the UK. Isn't it also illegal to walk a cow down a main street? I think that was the thing as well, wasn't it? Something like that. There's something about, yeah. No fish Jenga red birds. Why is this one different? Where's my plastic? There's my plastic. Alright, there you go. We've got our headlights looking like headlights. It is illegal in Oklahoma to make an ugly face at a dog. You know, I am learning a lot right now. I'm learning a lot. America just is its own thing, isn't it? Headlights. Yes, headlights. While you guys have been arguing about Florida and potatoes and laws, I have made some headlights around. I have no idea how I'm going to fill them yet, but they exist. What? In Baltimore, Maryland, it is illegal to mistreat oysters. How do you mistreat an oyster? How is that possible? Toledo, Ohio used to be a part of Michigan until Michigan decided Toledo wasn't cool enough and kicked them out and gave them to Ohio. What? If I do any of these illegal things, I better call Saul. Yes. Or call Lester. He'll get your stars off. They had a whole war over it, didn't they? I could just imagine it. It's just like, you ain't cool enough. Why? You just ain't. Aww. But I want to be part of you. No. Guns. South Africa is illegal to bring bears to public or private beach, and bear wrestling is also illegal. What, the war is still going on today? We don't have bears in South Africa. It's just stupid things like that. Except it's a football rivalry. In Estonia, it's illegal to drink and drive. You know what? Funny that you mentioned that. Just so happens to be the same over here. I'm originally 20 miles from the border of Michigan and Ohio, so I know the law and lots of family. God damn. I didn't realize there was actually like a war over this. The first time I ever heard anything about it. No bears. Right. Meanwhile, I'm here trying to figure out how to make a grill look alright. I guess something like that works. I'm gonna go pee. Yo, good luck. Good luck. Do not fall in. Whatever you do, don't fall in. It would not be advisable. It's like two drunk dudes shooting at each other these days. It's not much of a war anymore. I mean, all praise America or whatever you guys say over there. You guys sing a national flag about you sing a national anthem about a flag, so I'm scared either way. Good luck, guys. Good luck. I hope you come back. Yeah, good luck. Bishu, don't fall in. What even is this? Oh. Well, they're interesting. I'm looking for one that's really flat. Something like this, but without the whole downward thing. I don't know if I can make this work. Oh, what's happened over here? God bless the USA. Yes, buddy, yes. Hello, back. America! Oh no, that's the empty one. This is the one that I want to drink. Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. America is quite a scary place. It's unique. You know what? I'll call it unique so that I don't offend any Americans. It's unique. Don't touch our boats. You know what? I wasn't planning on to. I wasn't planning to. You can keep your boats. I'm perfectly cool with that. Well, this is mildly frustrating. Didn't go well for the last people. Why? What happened to the last people that touched the boats? The only place I travel to the US is Chicago or Hawaii. I mean, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, actually. Hawaii seems like a really nice place. I used to have family members who lived there, so Always wanted to see what life was like over there. Ask Iran's navy. We dropped the sun on them twice. Oh, you know what? I get it. I get it. You know what? I wasn't planning on touching the boats anywhere near as much as the Japanese did. Hawaii sucks. I've been here since 2007. I mean, I'm sure it's a better tourist destination than it is to live there. Put it that way. But Hawaii pineapple good. What is the Hawaiian pineapple special something? There's something that I've missed about the Hawaiian pineapple? Hawaii sounds expensive, yeah. That's all the only thing that's drawing me away from going to Hawaii. It's the price. Alright, this is starting to look like a car. Alright, because this is comparable around the entire world, then what's a loaf of bread cost in Hawaii? What's smoke pakalolo? 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 What is that? Kaulolo. Ooh. Did you say $7 to $8 for a loaf of bread? You know what? I'm perfectly fine not living in America all of a sudden. that's what I'm saying. You know what, buddy? I think there's better places for you to be than in Hawaii. That sounds painfully expensive. You know, I'm gonna have to just do this. This is actually cheaper here than in California. Oh wait, no, I forgot gallon is... How much is a liter of milk here in Germany? How much? Well, like euro 80? So that would make a gallon about... A US gallon, I know that's 3.8 liters, so that would make it about, what, 7 euros? For a US gallon of milk? I mean, it also depends what kind of milk you want to get. Bread is between 79 cents and $1.49 here. That's more affordable. That's more affordable. You see, I could live with $1.49 for a thing of bread. Is 87 the good one or the bad one? Because we use, I believe you guys use AKI or whatever it is. In America, we use RON. So we have a different system of labeling how good the fuel is. Cheapest grade of gas is 87. Okay. So that would be equivalent to our 95 octane E10 fuel. Which here, for a litre, where I live, is about €1.80 for a litre. Which makes it also about $7 a gallon. Is your country name literally South Africa or Redbird? I mean, there is a country that is called South Africa. It does exist. You'll never guess where it's located. Damn, I don't want to go anywhere near. $7 for Germany gas. That's the cheapest one as well. You can pay for. So we have 102 octane fuel here from a petrol station called Aral, and I put that in my car occasionally because it actually does clean your engine for some reason. Like they put some additives in there, so it cleans your injectors and all that stuff. So it is actually very good for your engine. And that's about €2.20 a litre if you're lucky, which would come out to about, what would that be? About $8.50 a gallon. I mean, I don't know if how much. Hold on, I need to actually figure this out now. I'm actually gonna research this now. How much is €1 to $1? €1 to $1. Also, the dollar's a little bit higher than, so €1 is $1.08. So let's do the maths here. €1.80 times 3.8 multiplied by 1.08 makes it $7.38 a gallon. Then for the super expensive Aral fuel, it's $9 a gallon. So fuel is expensive over here, but you know what? It's actually affordable. Like people do complain over here a lot, but nowhere near as much as you Californians do, or the people in California do. Still trying to figure out how to make this somewhat look good. You know what? I'm just going to do this manually, I think, again. Right. Country names are creative. I mean, South Africa could have been named many things, but then they were like, well, we're South of Africa, aren't we? Mate, it gets the point across. If you're ever lost and they say South Africa, you know where you are. If you're lost in a country like Lithuania, you'll never know where Lithuania is as an American. I don't know. Does any American know where Lithuania is? I don't know where those coordinates are. And I'm worried he's just found someone's IP address. He's like, I know where you live. Alright, there you go. That's a grill. I am European. So Charles knows where Lithuania is. Ben's is probably looking it up right now on Google Maps. No American knows where Latvia is. No American knows where Latvia is. I feel like the idea of Europe scares the average American. Just because of how different everything is over here. It's next to next to Russia. You know what? They have the right idea. You know what? You are the good. You are the good. The good Americans. I've seen videos. I believe I'm 90% sure most of them are faked, but where they're like, what country is this? And they're like, Like you point to Germany and they'll be like, oh, I don't know, is it Afghanistan or something? Right. I need a tiny bit of design help here. How do we design this grill? I have an idea, but I would like someone to tell me if they have an idea, because it's always nice to hear what other people think. I still feel like those headlights are a bit thin, but they need to come out more in comparison to the size of the grill. You know what, I could do that and then put the indicators on the side here, because then it would also be visible from the side. Citroen C2, yeah. You know what, it does actually look a lot like a Citroen C2. There's a big old emblem in the middle. Now the question is, which emblem do we go for? We have so many. We have so many. Sphinx. What's this? I don't remember installing this. Sphinx. That looks quite cool. Looks very... For some reason, that gives me, like, Indian vibes. Oh, I like the S. It does look a bit too it does look very retro, but I like that. Needs galvanized square steel. Galvanized square steel. Very interesting. Is geography illegal in the USA? Isn't there like a thing going around where where Americans are like, well, we've got to learn about the Roman numerals or whatever it is? Isn't that like a thing now? I feel like I've seen a lot of it on Instagram recently. Trying to find a half modern brand, like a half modern logo that would work. Yeah, you haven't heard. Okay, it might just be just an internet thing then, because I've heard about people talking about needing to learn numerals and stuff. TVR logo, Lancia. We could do a Lancia. Do they have Opel? Ah, you have practically every European brand in here. You even have like Maserati and Saab, which doesn't even exist anymore, but you forget Opel? How dare they? They even have Dacia. They have Dacia, but they don't have... Oh man. Actually, I'm interested. Do Americans get brands like Dacia or Skoda or anything like that? Do you guys get that over in America? Because I know you guys get the Abarth, or I've seen some videos of Abarths being in America, but like I know you guys barely get any French cars. Well, that's the old Dacia logo. The new one doesn't look like that anymore. I don't know if it's been modeled yet, but you don't. Okay. Well, it's probably better that way, because Dacia is basically just old Renaults. Like underneath is just old Renaults. No way they have Irmscher. Why do they have Irmscher and not Opel? Basically, Irmscher is a brand that worked very close with Opel. Irmscher is, and they made like sporty versions of them. So, but yeah, that's in this game, but no Opel. What else is in here? Is this supposed to be like a Pagani's logo? Okuyama. Overfinch. Shelby. I've never been in this part of in this area here. This looks quite cool. Top secret high performance engineering service. This is quite cool. Where's this logo from? I recognize this logo for some reason. Dacia best? Yeah, no, yeah. Dacia's good if you're on the budget. No Duchess, go to never sold in the earth. Ah, Morris. Morris! We're not gonna. No, I'm not gonna deface this car by calling it a Morris. Although, to be fair, they were. They made alright cars, they just weren't put together very well. I'm trying to figure out which logo would work well. Oh, we could do a Buick. What's... Cadillac, there you go. So we've discovered the old ones. Talbot? Talbot was also, I believe Talbot was also a part of late British Leyland, wasn't it? It was like they used the platforms from different cars to make their own cars. The entire idea of the whole entire British Leyland kind of thing sort of scares me still. It is so convoluted and was just destined to fail that yeah, I'm not surprised it did. How about we do a dragon? How do we feel about dragon? A chrome dragon. There you go, a chrome dragon. How do we feel about the chrome dragon? I quite like it actually, I think it works. Do something like this. I will have to put like a thing behind it so it's actually like visible. But I have an idea for that and I'm actually going to do that real quickly now. I'm going to spend way too much time doing this again because that's just me, but I'd like to see what this looks like. I think it looks nice. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Do that. Slant it in slightly. No, let's get rid of the grill so it doesn't get in our way too much. Let's do... We have Morris in South Africa. Wait, still? They still exist? Wait. Morris? Why do you have Morris in South Africa? Wait, does this not poke out, like, at all? That's mildly infuriating. I believe there was something in headlights which do the trick. It was... It's a mod. I vaguely remember it existing. But yeah, this is how long I usually spend on a video making a car, so it tends to get quite long quite quick. Let's have a little look. Let's see if we can find something. Yo, what's your automation career? I'm sad that you didn't have more of them up. I gotta keep it up. Thank you, that's really nice of you, man. I really appreciate that. I will get to uploading soon once again at some point, but I need a bit more spare time in my life to be able to do it. Morris never sold in South Africa, but we have the Morris Minor. Oh, fair enough. I mean, they're not too bad. Oh, I've screwed the headlights. They get the job done. Morris was the thing is Morris made good cars. They just weren't put together well. Hololive, what? Hololive? Fan detector. What's Hololive? Hololive. Never heard of that. Hololive. Very interesting. Yeah, it was called the Morris Minor, yeah. It was genuinely called the Morris Minor. I believe I believe it had a connection to like mining towns and stuff like that for like the people who act, because the UK back in the 50s and 60s was a huge area for mining coal, and I believe that's where it got its name from. I'm just messing around at this point, trying to make this. Not actual mine. Well, yeah, actually, to be fair, they probably did. It was the 50s. It was the It was like the 50s. It probably did happen. It probably did. Oh. Oh, what have I clicked on? There you go. All right. Mine is a cue card. No, I agree. It is a sweet little thing. Like a voxel now. Yeah, I realized. I've realized that. What I was planning on doing is bringing it. Well, I was planning on actually using sort of that voxel, sort of they swoosh and then swoosh down, and then it was gonna have plastic behind here. But then I realized it was at such an angle here that it would have made the entire design look very square and very unappealing, so I'm gonna try and tweak that a little bit. Oh, there you go, there's a piece for it. That would work if we used a couple of them. Ooh, got very close there. Alright, how's this look? Oh. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Alright, now let's give it a try. Just here, the way it is now. Most South Africa is the 50s of most South Africa in the 50s is British cars. Oh, so most of South Africa uses 50s British cars? This is what I'm understanding from that. I don't know. I think Benz is gone now. Probably gone to sleep, considering he lives in America where it's probably very much nighttime right now. At least that's what I think. I'm just assuming. Right now, I'm just assuming. Like 9 a.m. Oh. So he's awake. He woke up. Alright. Alright, I get you, I get you. You have me got. Twisty twisty. No, not that much twisty twisty. 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 Alright. Move that up a tiny bit here. Oh yeah, oh Ben's right. It's like 3 a.m. Yeah. Okay, that answers a lot. That answers a lot. That makes sense why he might not be here anymore. You know, now it looks even more like a Skoda. One thing I do want to do. Yeah, it's the same tone for me as well, Redbird. Exactly, Skoda Fabia. Yep, that's what I thought. I mean, to be fair, they use tiny engines as well. They even use 1 litre engines, don't they? Skoda Fabias. Thinking. Thinkies. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this engine. It looks like a modern engine. It's even got a plastic oil pan, as pretty much every modern engine does these days. It's, yeah. To be fair though, I managed to get its throttle response really high, and I still have no idea how I did that, because what I did, for some reason, doing emissions optimization ruins throttle response. Putting some on gives it a bunch, which makes absolutely no sense to me. But for some reason, that's how it works. But we do achieve vehicle emissions or world emission standards 11, which is very good. Exactly what I would like. Actually, let's have a little look in the detailed stats here. What it actually likes. So reliability, we're at 71, which is all right. Fuel economy, which is also very good. Okay, we could just see that it's just passed. But it's got very low carbon monoxide, very low carbon. Hi Bob, how are you doing? I like your name, Bob. Like Rowan Atkinson said on that one Top Gear episode, Bob. It's just Bob. Yeah, why are we actually losing comfort? Suspension tuning and interior quality. Prestige seats, understandable. Safety, I mean, we have got decent safety. I'm not going to worry about that, but yeah, my name is Bob. I like the name. Bob is a cool name. This is the car we're working on, Bob. We're working on making a competitor, believe it or not, to the Peugeot 308 sort of Opel Corsa kind of thing, but it's sort of transformed into a Suzuki Swift slash Vauxhall Insignia slash Skoda Fabia mix of mess sort of thing. I'm trying to make it work, but it's it's always difficult trying to make something look good and unique at the same time. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's certainly a challenge. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. See if this works. So drag this into here, because then it will look less like a Skoda. This. Bit wider. Let's see here. I think this might actually be a little design choice. I think this might actually be design here. Because then we can carry that on throughout the rest of the grille. Then we just make it line up with this bottom section here. How do we feel about that? I think that looks alright. Then what I'll do is I'll add some sort of plastic things in the back here to make it look more structurally sound. And that way, it'll be a grille. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. Do this. Do this. I'm just going to keep doing this. It's very repetitive. Like the motive, reminds me of wings. It goes with drag. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I didn't even see that. I did not even see that. You know, so I agree with you a lot there. What I'll do is I'll leave this bit open over here, and then what I'll do is I'll make this 0.6 or something and make these thinner so it makes the top bit stand out more. Oh, I like the way that this guy's thinking. I like it. Right, 0.6. 0.6. 0.6. Right. Gives the top a little bit more presence. Little bit more at least. Alright. Looks cool, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's do this. 0.6 obviously. And here comes once again another repetitive process of me trying to place something to fit a certain space. Alright, drag this down. It'll look good in a minute, I promise. There you go. And it's just so painful sometimes. And then we do this and again, and it'll look like there's sort of like a wave going through the grill a little bit, just a little bit, but I think it'll make itself. I think the presence will be there. Oh, I think I like that. I think I like that a lot. What do you guys think? I think this is cool. I think this works. 2.5 hours? I have! Indeed, I have streamed 2.5 hours. I did not realize that. How is the stream? Is it holding up alright? Is everything working as expected? I mean, like I said, I've just sort of ballparked where I think I should be with a lot of the settings, so if it works, then I'm happy. Yeah. Oh no, of course, yeah. I mean, in the end of the day, you guys are spending time watching me build a car here, and having you guys be involved a little bit, I think that adds something to the whole entire process of me making a car. Thank you, Charles. I really appreciate that. That's looking great. Thank you, and the stream. I'm happy that the stream's working out alright. So do a bit of that. Thank you, Redbird. I appreciate that. We do a bit of. Oh no, this way around. Do it like that. And then we do 0.4, make it a little bit thinner as well. This is a trick I like to use on practically all of my designs when I make grills. Make this plastic. It's a shame it has to be long. Actually, I can just make this back portion transparent, can't I? Transparency, where's transparent? Where is it? There it is. There you go. Because realistically speaking, you want to have structural rigidity in your grills. So that's what I'm sort of going for here with this. And a bit more. And we just keep it going. Once again, a very repetitive process. But I think it'll work out very nicely. Because in the end of the day, I like to spend a lot of time making my vehicles. I like to fine-tune things to work so that they look exactly how I envision them. So this is another one of those, me working on something for a long... What was that? A thing of spam? It looks like spam. Are you spamming me? But yeah, I like to spend a lot of time on vehicles. It's relaxing. Yes, it's a bit taxing on the mind sometimes, but yeah, when the design comes out and it looks good, I will always come back to it and think that was a really nice bit of work that I did there. I always feel very proud of myself. And this one, now we have to start making these things shorter. And retro American grill style grill, yeah. I mean, I will add probably at some point some design features to it, but this is just so I can get an idea of how it's going to feel. And then we do a tiny bit more of the rotating. There you go. And then we take another one, and then this we make 90. And then it now looks like a grill. Very retro American, like you said, but yeah, I'm spamming you right now. No, it's a lot of spam. It's a lot of spam. You know what might also look very good? I take this, flip it on its head, and do say something like this. Well, this doesn't line up. That's a shame. Oh yeah, now it lines up. Do a tiny bit more of this. I spend way too much time doing this. There we do this. How do we feel about this? I feel like this looks alright. Feel like this works. And then what we can do here. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do is the mix of so much stuff. Yep. Most of my designs tend to turn out that way. Oh no, that's the wrong one. We want this one. And then we bring it forward. Oh, that's too much forwards. That's very black. We sort of just do this. And then what we do is we grab some plastic, bring it back until it's behind these little chrome things that I've made. There you go. Maybe a little bit this. I think it's complex but not overly so. Thank you. Alright. That's good to know. That's very good to know. That's very, very, I'm happy with that. Alright, so then we stick that in behind there, stick that in behind there as best we can, and hopefully we can hide it all. I have a pro tip to grills if you want. Of course I would love to know. Yes, please. I'm always interested in learning new tips for grills and stuff. I'm not so sure if I want to have so many of these in here. Let's get rid of some and let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's also very true. It doesn't look very happy anymore. It looks very goofy now. It does look very goofy now. I think it looks better without all those, without that many plastic stripes in them. Yeah. Oh, this is hard work. Trying to get this to look good. Yeah. Right, body molding. Let's have a look. I would like sort of some little indentations here. That would be nice. That would be very nice. Almost something like this. Give it sort of a sporty flair. It's a happy car, it's a neutral car. Location alert. Alright. I'm not too sure about that. I think it's unique. I think I like it. I think I like it. You can envision it as that's like where the cabin air comes in to the vehicle. Something like that. Goal. Who scored a goal? Right, let's figure out the headlights. The issue is most modern headlights are all LED and OLED and xenon and all that kind of stuff. Now I have no idea how to make those headlights look good. You put a grill piece, the transparent one if you want, then you save it, exit the car, go to the menu and then come back and it should look like a new texture. Huh? Put a grill piece. Transparent one. So if I just exit this, like a cutout. Ah, I think I understand what you mean. Still looks very similar, unfortunately, but I think I know what you mean. So if I didn't do all this stuff, what is that? What is that? I don't think I can decipher this hieroglyphic. Oh. Right. Make the windows a little bit more transparent. Yeah, I'm as confused as you are. It looks like something from Robots, the movie. I don't know if how many of you watched that. What? Purple blue wheelchair race. What? A person blue wheelchair race. I mean, sweet. A speedy disabled man racing on a wheelchair. This is that's interesting. It's very interesting. I'm gonna do a tiny bit more work on the back here, I think. I need to rest my mind from the front a little bit. There's a lot going on at the front. How about something like this? Then we drag it out. Like this. Well, I don't know if this is gonna look good. I'm just experimenting, but yeah, nah, it's a bit big. A bit big. I would like to have a place to put my license plate eventually, so the problem is this lip annoys me. You're making me want to play automation again. Why do it? Why not? Why does YouTube have all these situational emojis? Wait, what is that? Is that a wizard? There's like a weird Tesla logo. Hold on, I've missed a bunch of stuff. Don't know if I go into all the front's logo. This is certainly interesting. So many weird logos, emojis. Right. Trying to figure out where I want to work on next because my head is currently experiencing a lot of thinking. Well, one of these in first. I feel like a sunroof. And then we do some black. Actually, you know what? We do plastic here because it'll look like the rubber that goes around it. Is that a monkey with a gun? Is that a monkey with a gun? And there's a loading symbol. Interesting stuff going on in the chat. Hammer. Wait. Oh, it's a monkey with a hammer. Okay. I get you. I get you. It's a monkey with a hammer. It's a volcano erupting. Where are you guys finding these? I've never seen any of them. Well, I am gonna say this now. I'm gonna be leaving before 4 o'clock. Mainly because I would like to watch the Formula 1. I'm a huge Formula 1 fan, so I would like to watch that. And these are some absolutely crazy emojis. What is that? A squirrel? What is that? Is that like that one Pokemon that's called Geo or whatever? We got Blue Man with a microphone and some headsets, and then we got #1. Right, what do I want to work on next? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the bumper look like a bumper. The boot look like a boot, I'm sorry. Or a trunk look like a trunk if you're American. So I think we're going to put a chrome strip in here. Make it a little bit bigger, and then we just drag this lovely chrome strip across. Do you think Formula 1 cars look more... I mean, the reason why Formula 2 cars look as good as they do is because they're all the same car. It's much like Formula E. It's why Formula E, their cars always look interesting, let's put it that way. They always look like they suit what Formula E is going for. The reason why Formula 1 cars, I think, look different is because each team has to work to its own regulations, right? So I feel like that has a big part to play in why F2 cars look arguably better than F1 cars. But no, I can see where you're coming from with that. I see what you mean with that question. Because F2 cars, they do look very nice. I have to say, the rear wing just looks massive, and I like that. But it's interesting. Do I have 2 monitors? Yes. I've got the stream running on one monitor and the game running on the other. Alright, we now have a chrome strip. Can you believe it? Alright. Then we are going to put... where is it? I think what we're going to do is we're going to do this one. See if this works. Please tell me it works. No! It does not. That's a shame. I like the wings going up instead of down like... Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely agree with you there, Techno. Just generally the way that the F2 cars are designed, I think they look genuinely really, really nice. But the thing is they're becoming more and more removed from what Formula 1 is, so it's more difficult. Like, if you do well in Formula 2, you might not do as well in Formula 1 anymore, and vice versa. So if you do well in, if you don't do well in Formula 2, you could still do very well in Formula 1, much like Oliver Behrman. If any of you watched the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix earlier this year, he did absolutely amazingly in the what you call it, in the Grand Prix in the Formula 1, but struggled a lot until I think last race or a couple races ago, where he finally got some decent points. Like up until like this last weekend, I think in Austria, he had less points in Formula 2 than he did in Formula 1. He only raced one race in Formula 1, so yeah, it's certainly interesting. What do we think about this? I feel like this looks too retro. But I kind of like that as well. I don't know. I'm sort of just going based off of what I know right now. I'm sure there's a lot of different designs that work a lot better, but I'm just trying to make something that looks alright. Something that looks alright. Let's do a nice big logo on the back. Oh, we've hit 10 viewers. How has this happened? A minute ago we were at like 4 or 3. Very impressive. Hello everybody. It's lovely to have you here. Unfortunately, I am going to be leaving in about 15 minutes, but nice to have you here. I'll be streaming again soon, don't worry. So if you want to watch in future, I will be here. Yeah. We need to come up with a name for this company. What do people have suggestions? What would some suggestions be for names of this brand? Ugh. What is that? Is that a pillow sipping on a mug of coffee? I feel like that pillow actually. I could use I could use a pillow right now, actually. Opal Astra. You know what? I can see that. Yeah. You know what? Funny you mentioned that. Yeah. You know what? It makes sense. Add a rack on top. Oh yeah, no, that will be like a rack and stuff. Don't worry. You know, I'll do that now while you guys try and come up with some names. What country would this brand be from? I reckon it would be European. But it would definitely be European, but it wouldn't be French or German. So, I mean, what do you think this what do you think this looks like? It would be from this car. What country? I'm thinking somewhere sort of Polish, something maybe like that. Something that I like to make companies from countries that don't really have their own companies, like worldwide companies. So it's always interesting to try and think of what would actually be the type of cars that they're making. Romania. You know, I could go with Romania. It does look kind of Romanian, yeah. We could work with that. Yeah, Romanian works. I'm trying to find the roof thing. Modern rail, there you go. Attached to the body, there you go. Latvia? I mean, Latvia could work. Latvia could work very well. Latvia doesn't make cars though. Yeah, that's sort of what that's sort of the idea of it, because I like like I said, I like making cars from countries that don't have an established car company. So it's to try and see what they would make should they make cars, if that makes sense. Alright, let's make this steel and the rest of this plastic. There is a body mold for a license plate. When you scroll down, it has side, so you could use it for the rear door hatch. There is one? Oh, what, you mean something like this? Oh no, not this one. I think I know which one you're talking about. This one. Oh, it's placed them. I think you're talking about this one, aren't you? That way I could get rid of that. Automation have an update. They had sort of a bug update, sort of like a quality of life update. How about Lida? Where St. George's from, and it goes with the dragon logo. You know what? I could. That does sound like it could work. You know, we'll throw that into the pot. I'll make a poll. How do I do that? I've never made a poll. How does one make a poll? I'm very new to all of this. I have no idea what I'm doing. Make a poll. How does one do that? Dream health. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Ah! You know, we'll do it as a Q&A. What should... Oh, I can't type. What should this car company be called? And where would it be from? There you go. We have made a Q&A. I have figured out how to do that. Alright. You guys saying over here? Oh. Alright, let's have a look. Make it be the new Hugo. Oh. I mean, I feel like it doesn't look much like a Yugo, but with a bit of imagination, I'm sure we could make it be there. Like, make it reach that sort of Yugo-esque idea. Alright. Alright, let's think of some names. So I like the Lidder one. It would actually be like an idea with the little bit of lore that Charles has been saying with St. George and the dragon logo. That could work. Ooh. Alright. Alright. Trying to think of what to work on next. Actually, you know what? I could do a tiny bit on this roof still by taking these classic sliders. This is a trick I like to use to add a bit of depth to the roof of a car, is using these classic sliders and then making them the same color as the body and lowering them a tiny bit so they aren't as obvious. It's a very small thing that nobody really looks at, but you would notice if it's gone, kind of thing. So just let that load into the roof. Hello? Hello? Why are you floating? Stop floating. It's doing the floating. Zintara Motors. You know what, I'm not opposed to that idea either. I have no idea what that means. But it certainly sounds realistic, if that makes sense. I could. It sounds a bit complicated, but it could work. Alright, meanwhile, these are trying to load in. There you go. See, you don't really notice them when you notice them. What am I looking at? I would love to try and pronounce what you've just said, but mango in it, in Latin. Mango. Magnifera indica. That means mango in Latin. That's very long for... I'm surprised mangoes existed back then. Oh, my PC is having a bit of a... Indica. Indica. You know, I quite like the idea of Lidder, but we could call it the Indica just to call it the Lidder Mango. I might do that. Lidder Indica. Somewhere like sort of Eastern European, I believe. Wait. Yeah, somewhere Eastern European. It doesn't really matter which country, but if you want to make lore happen, then feel free to. I would love to have a bit of lore behind this vehicle and behind the brand, because I would like to make more cars based on this brand. I can't pronounce that. Bishu. Buddy. I don't want to offend anyone by saying what country that might be from, so I'm just going to say it's Asian. And I'm going to tell you now that I can't speak a word of Asian. I'm sure it's a lovely name. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to name my car that. Because I have no idea how to pronounce it. Ought to be a Latvian car brand. Yeah. Haroon. Haroon doesn't sound too bad either. And Bishu. Once again, buddy. As much as I appreciate the effort you're putting into trying to come up with with names, yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that either. Heli jumper gym. That is not even the language. What is that language? Please, someone tell me what that language is. That's Hindi language. Oh, okay. What does it mean? How do I pronounce it? How do I do the do? Like a piston when this thing goes over 5,000. Georgian. Georgian? That's a country, isn't it? That's a country. Yes, it's also a state, but oh man. Certainly very interesting. Kaleswa Autotech. What's Kaleswa? That's this language. Oh, well, that's Georgian. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. What does Kaleswa mean? That also doesn't sound too bad. Like, if it actually doesn't mean anything bad or illegal, then I'm happy to think about using that one as well, yeah. Put some fog lights in the logo. Yeah, I will definitely do that. I'll also try and make it sort of bubbly round as well. Considering we've got the round thing going on here, I feel like that would suit the design of this and give it more of an Eastern European styling, because I feel like they like opulence in a cheap car. I feel like that's something. It means nothing. Oh, okay. Alright. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, no, I think I have an idea for this. It's not going to be much of a Peugeot 308 or Opel Corsa competitor anymore. It's sort of transcended into becoming its own thing, but honestly, I'm not mad about it. I actually do quite like it, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have to end the stream soon. And by soon, I mean practically now. Because the Formula 1 race starts in about 5 minutes time and I would really like to watch it. I'm a huge Formula 1 fan, and it's Silverstone this weekend. And it's a British 1-2-3 for qualifying. So it's gonna be an exciting race. But yeah, I'm going to wish you all a lovely day. I might be back later on today, I don't know. But yeah, have a lovely time, guys. Thank you for watching, thank you for being a part of the stream, thank you for making it a lot easier for me, because this was my first stream, so it was very nice to have you guys here. I really appreciate it. So yeah, take care everybody, bye bye.